George Clinton had just imagined a young Barack Obama in the White House with his album Chocolate City in April 1975. Now, just a few minutes later, what? I'm setting it up, man.
I know we usually do that, but we don't need a bespoke intro for this show.
We absolutely need it. We always do an introduction.
This album comes with an introduction.
A good evening. Do not attempt to adjust your radio. There is nothing wrong. We have taken control as to bring you this special show. We will return it to you as soon as you are grooving. Welcome to station WEFUNK, better known as We Funk, or deeper still, the Mothership Connection, home of the extraterrestrial brothers, dealers of funky music, P-Funk, Uncut Funk, the bomb.
Coming to you directly from the mothership. Top of the chocolate Milky Way. 500,000 kilowatts of P-Funk power. So kick back, dig, while we do it to you in your eardrums. Oh, me? I'm known as Lollipop Man, alias the long-haired sucker. My motto is
I'm Adam Manis.
And I'm Peter Martin.
And you're listening to the You'll Hear It podcast.
Music Explored.
Explored, brought to you today by Open Studio. Go to openstudiojazz.com for your jazz lesson needs.
Now that was an introduction.
Peter, I feel like our faces are going to hurt today.
Stank
from
face?
Both the stankness of the faces and the smiling of the faces.
Yeah.
Because this album is not only, and I'm talking about Parliament's Mothership Connection, 1975 Mothership Connection. Not only is it one of the funkiest recordings of music in the history of recordings of music.
Yeah.
But it's also just a pure work of joy. It is so joyful, this album. It is undeniably infectious.
Yeah.
You cannot not shake your ass at least a little bit.
Watch your mouth, Adam Manis.
I will not. It is so good, man. The whole thing, start to finish, it is truly a masterpiece, in my opinion. I love this album so much, man.
I agree. Ditto. See above to what Adam said. It's a dance party. It's a funk masterclass, as we're going to look at. There's virtuosic funk playing from every single corner, singing, harmonization. It's a finely tuned, engineered record that we always, we're having fun talking about that.
I mean, 75. That's right in our engineering wheelhouse right now. But dude, the whole thing sounds great. It's with a bunch of incredible artists. Of course,
legends,
led by the one and only, truly one of one, George Clinton.
Yes.
But of course, Parliament, some key members, George Clinton, obviously.
Yeah.
Glenn Goins on guitar and vocals. The legendary bassist, Bootsy Collins, who's really kind of like, in a lot of ways, the heart and soul of this band, Bootsy Collins. Like he's sort of like everything underneath that's happening is bubbling, literally bubbling underneath is coming from Bootsy's bass. I think, most underrated keyboard player, at least on this show.
Interesting.
This might be the second or third time ever we've mentioned Bernie Worrell.
Yes.
Who is maybe one of the most influential keyboard players of the past 60 years.
I was going to say he's the Greg Fillinganes of keyboard players, but that's kind of redundant, isn't it?
Well, that's the thing, is every keyboard player after him owes a lot of debit to Bernie Worrell, who helped create like how we think about a lot of modern synthesizer sounds. He was a pioneer on that. Also a very like accomplished musician as well. Yeah. But Macy, then the horn section is ridiculous.
We got to talk about the rest of the Jerome Braley. Bigfoot. The rest of the rhythm section.
The drums, everything is on the one, is something that's going to be a theme for every single song on here, and it makes you bounce. It makes everything bounce off it. Legendary horn section, Maceo Parker, Fred Wesley.
Also Michael Brecker, Randy Brecker.
Of
the Brecker Brothers fame.
Yeah.
And Jill Farrell making some appearances on the tenor saxophone.
Pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Pretty incredible. And man, I love this band so much. So Parliament and the sort of like sister band, I guess, Funkadelic.
Yeah.
These like two sides of the coin. The Funkadelic is like the sort of like psychedelic rock, a lot of distorted, crunchy guitars, and Parliament more of the funk R&B dance side of things.
And then later Parliament Funkadelic, which was just a combination, which were pretty much the same anyway.
There's been a lot of different...
Due to legal reasons, these were all entirely different bands, but...
I don't think it gets...
George Clinton was the constant, right?
I don't think it gets much better for me around this era than this band. I mean, they went on a run the entire 70s.
Yeah.
That is I think, unmatched as far as just like unbelievable banger album after banger album, classic hits, and just thank you, Parliament.
And then also, not only did they go on a run in terms of recording, but their live performances in a number of different types of venues.
You ever seen live?
I've seen them several times live.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. You opened for them.
I opened for them once. One of the greatest shows I've ever seen.
Actually, the first time I saw them live was in the early 91, I believe. It might have been 92 in New Orleans at Tipitina's on Chapatula Street. Legendary club. It's still there. And the Galactic guys actually own it, I believe, now. Talk about lineage from funk and we're going to talk about New Orleans, of course. But it was such an amazing. They used to come and do these weekend shows. They play for like Friday and Saturday. They come in with their crazy tour buses. The shows would be 3.5, 4 hours long. I mean, it was the stuff of legends in a club. You know, it was kind of a big club.
Yeah.
But they did that a bunch of places. I saw them at North Sea Jazz Festival in the late '90s, and I mean, they had institutionalized in a very good way this sound, this show for a whole 2-3 generations now.
I'm glad you mentioned New Orleans because New Orleans has kind of an unexpected influence on this. Here's George talking about origins of funk.
When did you start thinking of funk as a genre, as like the genre you were working in?
After Testify, and like I said, seeing Jimi Hendrix, Cream, they did rock and roll and blues like my mother. To me, the only genre that wasn't taken was that New Orleans version of R&B. Get out my life, woman.
Get out my life, woman. Lee Dorsey,
yeah. Which
Alan Toussaint produced.
The Meters are the backing band there. Yeah. Isn't that fascinating, though?
Yeah.
Like, when you hear it, you're like, oh, of course.
Yeah.
Right? But it's not the first thing I think of. I think of spaceships and outer space when I think of Parliament and Funkadelic. Don't necessarily go straight to, like, Alan Toussaint. Man, let's go on to the next track. This is... I don't want to spoil any categories later, but this is an important song for me.
Important.
Well, all right.
One of the great starts. We talk about off-tempo, out-of-tempo starts.
We got to do it again.
Yeah.
We got to do it again. We got to hear it again, Peter.
But check it out. So we talked about all these things where you're like, it's a very subtle thing, but like they don't just go into that thick-ass groove. There's like a little bit of this, and that's very much a Meters New Orleans thing too, right?
This one live too, Mothership Connection live.
Oh yeah,
out of this world.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, but like like a whole other experience.
I see what she did there.
Thank you. Okay,
yeah.
But by the way,
and then
there's a live concert film from the 70s from this band that is like, it's on YouTube.
There's like 30 of them.
I know, but like so worth checking out. Mothership Connection.
Yeah.
Woo! Well, all right.
It's syncopated from the beginning. Before I turn it
the universe. Recording.
Man, that hi-hat, you talk about the bass drum sound.
Partying on the mothership. I am.
Oh, that crash.
Connection.
Big
down in 3D.
Crash. Every time.
On the one. Everything is on the one.
Every 8 beats is hit.
You hear the noise, ain't
I love, sometimes too, Bigfoot will just give a little space.
And it is always on the one, but he's still got some of that 4 and. Check it out. Boom, boom. Oh, those extra bass are. Horns. Never been a funkier horn
So
section.
crash cymbal.
Every 8.
Hi-hat.
Yeah. Yes.
Crash.
Put a glide in your stride and a dip in your hip and come on to the mothership.
Yeah. Well, that was all sequence, so.
All that stuff. Bernie Worrell, man. You say sequence?
No, I'm just kidding.
Cut it out, Pete.
Over here.
Oh, what do you got over there?
And like the
Poodles
horn
is back.
I don't need the wah all the time. Go ahead. Like the F sharp 9. You know what I'm saying?
Basic.
Maceo, Fred Wesley.
Even your memory bank never got this far.
Brecker Brothers.
Mothership Connection.
Right there. There's a little
details.
variances.
Home of the P-Funk. The bomb.
It's pattern interruption. But there's like 4 different levels that's happening at the
I've
same
had to
time.
play this live a couple times, and like,
Did it sound like this?
getting those details is super
It
challenging, man.
Whoa, that break?
Yeah, hold on. I gotta back it up. There's that G flat that happens.
Yeah. The drum break.
Doing it in 3D.
Right here.
Oh! What?
Let me put on my sunglasses.
Man, it's so... Like, you think of them going crazy on this, but it's so disciplined. Like that...
Ah, my face already hurts.
Yeah. Overcome, for I am here.
Oh, take it to the bridge.
It's my favorite moment of 1975, probably.
It was also apparently Dr. Dre, Snoop, and a bunch of people's favorite moment.
Bernie Worrell.
Yeah.
Square wave synthesizers, triangle wave. The clavinet with the wah effects. Unbelievable.
Doing it on the chocolate Milky Way. What's happening, CC?
The timing on that wah, too.
Are you hip to Easter Island? The Bermuda Triangle? Well, all right.
Man, I remember this coming on the radio. I thought these were two separate songs. Because they'd faded out before here.
Out here, citizens of the universe, I bring forth to you the good time on the mothership. Woo! Are you here? Say, fellas. Nobody but me and the boys.
Kirk Franklin was a little influenced by this.
I mean, the amount of genres that are influenced by this. Yeah, man.
Start y'all here.
And this is all...
So good is good to me.
Woo!
Hit the bang.
What I love about these tracks too, Peter, is we're not going anywhere.
No.
Let's take our time and settle in, you know?
And I said they went to the bridge. It really is like they go to another, they fade to another song.
Honestly, I don't know of any more life-affirming music than this music. I know that sounds dramatic.
Man, but so like I said earlier, you know, Brayley, he's so disciplined in the way he's playing this pattern, but then when he mixes it up, but when he does little details, you're like,
do it for me again. I don't think they
Is that break? And you talk about taking like the same chord, the same material, and just stretching it out. And it's all this, it's very modal. It's all Mixolydian, right?
I can't take it without just losing my mind. It's so good. The little details. I mean, that's the thing too, is like one chord, right? You got one chord for a long time, and you have all these little like subtle changes that are cued in here and there, and like the textures that Bernie Worrell is playing are so genius. And then you mentioned Jerome Bigfoot Brayley, just like holding it down for the most part, but then just every once in a while,
little change.
Every so often, he'll just put in a thing, or he'll just put in a pause. Just sometimes the silence that he'll put in sounds deafening.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's that kind of like you know, great funk players can play. I'm going to state the obvious here. You ready?
Yeah.
State the obvious.
Yeah.
You know, can play in the groove, right? But there's that next level where you're stuck in the groove. Like there's nothing they can do to leave the groove. And that doesn't mean that they play the exact same pattern. It means that they play 95% of the exact same pattern. And then the taste making is when they change it up. It's not only like snap back, or like he does a bass drum like every 16 bars or so that's a little bit different that leads back into the one. But it's like the decisions of not only how to do it, but when to do it.
It's so
brilliant. With the whole rest of the arrangement, with the horns. There's like all these different layers going.
Yeah.
And it's already great if they just stay the same, but it's the little parts, the little patterns that interrupt that are just so joyful.
So in just a minute, we're going to listen to just the bass and the drums isolated, and you can hear the great Jerome Brayley
Can you take it?
And Bootsy Collins.
I don't know if you're going to take that.
We're also going to listen to some people people that have used this music in samples. But before we do that, Peter, I want to talk a little bit about Open Studio. I actually just recorded a lesson today.
I heard it.
We were talking about playing on one chord.
Yeah.
And so, this show is sponsored by Open Studio, where we teach piano lessons. And we were talking about playing on this one chord. Like, can you play like a E flat 7, like an E flat dominant 7 chord, right?
Yeah.
So when you got just one chord for one time, and you hear this especially in like James Brown's music and in Parliament and in Sly and the Family Stone, but like you have that E flat 7. Instead of just playing like an E flat 7 chord, Peter, could you play a B flat minor triad in the first inversion over E flat?
First inversion.
Yeah. So we have that sound, right? That B flat minor triad over E flat, which is like an E flat 7 sus2.
Yeah.
And like you'll hear great keys players and great guitarists take that shape up a whole step to the C minor. Right? Now put a little funk on it, just a little grease. Right, so you just have, this is like E flat, right? We're just in E flatness here.
Yeah.
But you can use those pairs of triads. Anyway, that's what we were talking about today on my course, The Harmony Games. If you want to check it out, go to openstudiojazz.com. That's openstudiojazz.com for all your jazz lesson needs. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Back to it. Man.
Bass and drums. Ready?
Yeah, let's do it. Oh.
So this is the bridge. Mothership Connection.
Let it ride. Let it ride. Ooh. The hi-hat on and the 4. I love it. One.
Ah.
Ha. Oh, man, that's perfect crash. Perfect crash.
Everything Bootsy's doing.
Oh.
Isn't that so fun? Man, you could literally listen to this whole album of just the stems of the bass and the drums and have the time of your life.
Could you imagine if Fagan and Steely Dan had got their hands on that bass?
But so this is very
on that drum pattern.
This is very, very interesting, right? Because we talked about this on that Steely Dan Gaucho episode.
Yeah.
About how they did all these takes and all of this, like, we got to get it just right. But there's something about this like openness of being here. Not that these guys weren't, doing takes and getting it right, but it's just like there's a feeling of like anything can happen.
Right.
That is so infectious, that makes me feel so alive when I listen to these albums, that I think sets Parliament. There's no other band I can think of where you feel like anything could happen. Literally a freaking spaceship could land on the stage. You know what I mean?
It will. That's coming.
And it will.
But I mean, the thing is too, what was so great about that, I was talking about earlier, their legendary live performances for decades is like, their especially the OG recordings are like very restrained in a way. I mean, they're definitely like a part.
Oh, compared to the live shows.
Yeah, I mean, even just compared to like how everybody's played, because they'll play this stuff for 30 minutes straight and like crazy fills.
It's the greatest feeling in the world.
I remember seeing Dennis Chambers with them.
Get out of town.
Oh my
God.
Shut up. But I mean, like the foundation of it is very like, it's very architectural, right? In terms of the decisions about how these pieces are. I mean, the groove is there, the funk is there, but then it's not just like, oh, we're going to groove out for 30 minutes, man. It's like, no, the stuff is put together. And then you've created this world and you've got these hits and people know it and these riffs and these choruses and stuff that people love.
I don't know what your origin story with Parliament is, but I created the band. I didn't really get hip to them till I was probably 16 or 17. However, I had been listening to them unknowingly for a couple years before that with this.
Then I'll be rolling in my 6-4. What everybody's saying.
When is the Dre Snoop
Let It Ride, Dr. Dre?
When's this episode coming? Come on.
The Chronic episode?
Yeah, come on, man.
Any day you want, bro. Any day you want.
Tell us in the comments if you want that.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Come on. I learned how to talk with this record.
I don't know if you remember the end of this video, but they showed, like, they have, like, superimposed footage of the Mothership landing.
Oh, wow.
And you see George Clinton singing
and it looks like it's from the 40s
and that's, I think, was my very first exposure. Like,
wait,
what the hell is going on in this Dr. Dre? I've since learned we had our great audio intern, Charlie, looking up different people that have used this. Did you know Wiz Khalifa?
Somebody bit his finger, by the way. Anyway, go ahead.
Oh, my God.
Go.
Do you know that Wiz Khalifa did just a cover? Like, straight up.
Damn.
All right. Oh, citizens of the universe.
That's gutsy.
That's very gutsy. It's very gutsy. But man, The Mothership Connection, I think, is just it's one of my
like
it's in my Hall of Fame for
it's
songs.
Good. Well, I know what
100%.
I see where this is going with your Desert Island track.
I'm
Are
not
we
gonna
moving
spoil it.
on to?
We get a little unfunky.
Man, I love this. Is kind of a passed over track for some reason.
I agree. This is underrated.
There's always when you're at the end of the side A. There's always some question marks if people are tuning in.
This is Unfunky UFO.
Yeah. Oh,
Nothing unfunky about that, by the way.
the lyrics are crazy on this. Oh. I think that's Breckers.
You there, who?
Brecker Brothers. I think so. Bootsy lays down some killer stuff.
Bootsy
on
and
there.
Bernie on this
Yeah.
are just crushing, man.
Yeah, keep
Bernie
it up.
Worrell, by
Keep
the
it up.
way,
Sorry.
child prodigy on the keys.
Yeah.
Graduate of the New England Conservatory.
Yeah.
Studied
And
at
went to
Juilliard.
Juilliard, yeah.
Unbelievable musician.
Yeah. They didn't learn this at Juilliard.
They don't teach this at Juilliard.
Check this out. Oh,
fucking
I
hell.
don't know who this is on bone. Man, the fills. And then back.
Unfunky UFO. I mean, it doesn't get funkier than that,
That's so great.
ironically.
So
Did
great.
you know, too, that after they recorded that track,
Yeah.
apparently George and Bootsy actually saw a UFO.
That's weird. We had just finished the Mothership album. That's what's weird about it. So on the way back, Boots and I driving along. We happy we done finished the album. We're gonna go to Bimini. We're gonna go fishing.
This
on
is
the
in-
way back
I think it's in the
my,
Bahamas.
house in Mississauga.
Canada.
We see a light,
Canada.
like a laser, like straight from the sky, clear day, and it splattered like electricity, sparks, like 2 blocks away. And before I can say anything, it hits the other side of the street. It's like bam, bam. And the third one,
Literally saw a UFO
Yeah.
after they recorded this album.
I know.
They're way back from recording
I
this
remember
album.
hearing the story. I thought that was the inspiration from this, but it was.
It happened
but
flip
you know
side.
what?
The aliens are watching, man.
Because they're in another time zone.
There is no time.
There is no time. There's no space, no
All right,
time.
period.
And then.
I want you to. Do you know what's coming up next? Do you know the song that's coming up next?
We're
I just
going to
want to just hear
side
you
B,
try
right?
to pronounce it. Is all.
Oh, supergroovalistic, supercalifragilistic funk. Give me the funk. Yeah.
It's
you
called
say it?
Supergroovalisticprosifunkstication.
Oh, that was
the
very
bumps bump.
Oh, this is
That shit, man. All that shit.
Why didn't I play on? I wanted to play on this record. I love this. Oop, baby, do. So I remember listening to this record, this B-side, when shout out, I'm not going to name any names, but I was like, I must have been like 6 or 7. No, maybe I was older. I wasn't 9 or 10 in the neighborhood I grew up with some older kids. And I remember this, I think it was actually this track. It was definitely on the B side where there was all of a sudden we're listening. And I'm like, man, this is kind of weird, but cool. I liked it. On like on one of those old like those RCA record players, with the frosted thing on top. And all of a sudden I was like, wow, these older kids what are they smoking? Something
that smells interesting. They call it funky. I mean, I wonder if everybody can actually remember the first time they heard Parliament like in the wild like that.
Yeah.
I remember. Shout out to Jason Moore of U City.
Yeah.
And his older brother, Jay Moore, and his older brother, Steve, R.I.P. Steve Moore, who had a band here in St. Louis called the Son of Star Child that I was lucky enough to be in for a while. And I would just hang out at their mom's house in U City, and we would watch Parliament videos and listen to music and learn these songs and play them for hours and hours and hours and hours.
Yeah.
At grungy, dank rehearsal spaces off Kings Highway. So much fun, man.
So before that, a little bit before that, actually right around the time of this record, Kelly Martin, the beautiful Kelly Martin, she saw them at the Checker Dome.
What now?
Yeah, and she went with the same kind of thing.
The Purina Checker Dome?
The pure pre-Purina, I believe. Or maybe it wasn't. Over around Oakland.
Yeah.
Oakland.
Of course.
And that was another, she said it was the first time, she said the whole place was like a contact, like, because it's an enclosed arena. She said the whole thing was just Mary Jane, you know.
Man.
Yeah.
Check out some bass and drums.
Her babysitter took her, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Check out some bass and drums on Supergroovalisticprosifunkstication. Got that envelope filter on it for that
what
splat.
is it? The Moo something? The boots he used, the pedal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Oh. Yeah, what is that thing? Oh, I'll be right back. Man, that's some zigaboo bass drum pattern right there.
I'm telling you, man, once you hear the New Orleans, you can't unhear the meters.
Zigaboo
New Orleans. Pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing.
That also, so this song is I always thought is very connected with the last song on side B, Night of the Thumpasorus Peoples, which we'll get to. Like the groove and the vibe and the weirdness of it.
Man.
You know?
That is close to
It's kind of nice bookends on side B.
Here's a little bit, you know, it's so funny because like, I love hearing Bootsy talk about George. Bootsy Collins is a little bit of a poet, a little bit of a prophet, a little bit of a
theatrical.
Listen to Bootsy talk about George. This is so cool.
The one thing that that I don't even think George wants to overcome real bad is he understands what the flesh is, you know, and he understands that we are travelers, time travelers, and he understands that we are in these bodies, and these bodies are time machines, and these bodies take maintenance. You know, a certain maintenance, you have to keep them up. And he's decided, like the 60s, you know, back in the 60s, and you know, like all that whole crew in the 60s, you know, everybody kind of decided that funk it, you know, I'm going for it, you know.
I love that. So I can't love that more.
Yeah.
I can't love that more. There's something actually very like Buddhist about that.
Yes.
There's something very mystical about that idea. And I think you can hear, I mean, this was, I don't know about you. Again, we're just talking about our own origin stories with this music, but I was not sheltered, but I feel like especially when I first heard this music, I was like, this is music not made for me. This is not for me. This is like, and I'm not like I don't like it, but like this was not made with, you know, a white kid in the suburbs in mind at all.
Right.
And I didn't understand what was happening.
Right.
But
you were curious.
But I was so curious and just infatuated with it.
But that's,
it was so amazing to me that you could even like think about music like this and connect it to our souls in a way that I had never heard. And it really opened not just my like musical taste, but my entire mind to life. I mean, and I know that again, I'm being very hyperbolic here, but it's totally, this band means so much to me for like making me who I am, honestly.
I know it's so important. Like we talk about different styles, different genres, but like once you just get to great art, great culture, a lot of that stuff kind of just fades away, right? And that's the great thing about, even though there's certain things about, you know, this, you know, Parliament's thing that seem like if you just go to the surface level and stop, it's not for a lot of people. Like it's not like the invitation for everybody is like once you get inside of it, like once you're able to like just go up a little bit level. Besides, oh, this is weird. Look, he's like getting, oh, no, this isn't for me. It's like, but once you're curious and you do that, there's so much there for everybody. I was thinking about, and this is an area I know very little about, but I do know this concept of Afrofuturism and how, and that I don't think George Clinton invented that, but he tapped into that and was a big part of that story with science fiction.
It's a big deal.
From African-American authors big deal. As well. It's like such a cool field that I want to learn more about, but it's very much, and then the connection with the Black American church. Like there's so much, I mean, a lot of people would be like, no, this is the opposite of that. The way the songs like unfold, and I mean, even like
there's
the
quartet singing, like, and the choruses.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
and P-Funk is almost like the deacon speaking, and then there's the in-between where the music's playing, 100%. And then, so it's a fascinating cultural, artifact as well, but this whole thing, like the Bootsy's talking about connecting with the future and the past, and there's something there.
And also like, even if, like you said, like it's just like anybody can look at this, almost everybody and be like, whoa, that's not meant for me or whatever. But, and yet, it's still inviting you in.
Yes.
Like it's bringing you in and said, that's okay. Just come hang with us for a minute.
Yeah.
Just come see what this is all about, you know?
And I mean, hopefully
it's impossible not to get sucked in.
Yeah.
It's impossible not to see the perspective, your perspective shift when you get sucked in.
Yeah. And if you've ever been like, curious about this, it's never too, like, you don't have to just be a young person. Like, this is available for you at any time. And it's just like any music, like, there's like classical music, which I love so much. We got to do a classical record here. I know we
got some Beethoven on deck for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing for me to a lot of people. I mean, I came up a lot in that world. I also came up listening to this stuff. But it's like the classical world, European classical music can be, there's so much pomp and circumstance surrounding it. Yeah. But the music itself is like it's the same thing. You got to get past that little surface level thing. And once you get inside the music, there's so much humanity there that's inclusive to anybody who wants, who's interested.
Just let the poetry of it wash over you. And by the way, it's almost summer. Nothing feels better than riding your car with some Mothership Connection banging with your windows down. Just saying.
Yeah, exactly. And before we get into New Orleans, I don't know if you want to do that now or later, but we talked about it some. But the idea of like, I want to put out Plainfield, New Jersey. I was trying to remember. I'm like, I know it was close to Newark, where George Clinton's from, where Jerome Braley, and a bunch of the band. I'm trying to remember everybody. Who's the guy who's singing on the next song we're going to hear, which is Boom, 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 Boom.
Well, there's Gary Scheider. I know
Gary Scheider's from there too.
And Glenn Goins, yeah.
Glenn Goins, yeah. He's from, so like a lot of them met in George Clinton's barbershop, where he literally owned it and was doing hair and stuff.
Well, we kind of skipped over this, but this whole band, Parliament, started off as the Parliaments.
Yeah.
And the background band to the Parliaments were called Funkadelic.
Yeah.
So it was Parliaments and the Funkadelic.
Yep.
And this is them.
Yeah. Is that Glenn Goins?
And this, by the way, came out of like a doo-wop circumstance.
Yeah.
So it evolved into something really special.
Yeah. And then, of course, George Clinton was staff writer at Motown. And I always felt like that's where he got from that Motown machine, that precision, that crafting.
100.
Everybody always thought this was a sloppy. I mean, musically, it's very highly crafted.
Highly crafted. This is, by the way, the fourth mention of the Motown machine.
Yeah.
And this is maybe the fourth genius that we talked about that got crafted by that Motown.
I mean, this is
machine.
a record that would have survived the QA meetings at Motown, right? Where they check quality assurance. They used to have that whole thing.
Would Berry Gordy release this album? I don't know.
I mean, it sold a lot, so he would have.
I guess it would. All right, Handcuffs is next.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Do I have to keep you under lock and key?
All right. This is easier to decipher.
Listen to the kick drum.
Now we both know that's not how it should be.
This is another classic pre-breakup song, right? Trying to avoid the breakup, right? We talk about. Fun fact about this.
All
line,
these BVs here.
When I was a kid, I thought they were saying, "Do I have to put handcuffs on your mama?" Because we're in the '70s. Your mama jokes are big, but they say on you, mama. Whoa! Oh, can't say that anymore. Bob DeBoo's over there grooving. Come on.
I know. This is the bass player's pick here, so we got to do a little handcuffs here. Let's break it down.
That's good. You can take out the problematic lyrics. That's good. Oh. Yeah.
All the guitars?
Why did they invent a drum machine when they had this? Oh,
they got Jerome Braley.
On that time? Come on.
I mean, it does not get better. It does not get better. Sorry, Steely Dan. It doesn't. It just doesn't. It just doesn't. It just doesn't.
They hit a groove in
I know,
a
it's
different way.
different. It's different.
But it was like, yeah, I mean, it's not, there's other things to that.
All right.
So, yeah, that's kind of that's always been sort of the outlier a little bit on there.
But here's how good this album is, right? We're to the penultimate track, right?
Yeah.
There's 2 tracks left. And the second to last song would become like a wedding band staple.
This is the biggest hit on here, I think.
We're gonna tether the off the mother sucker. Tether off the sucker. Tether off, we're gonna tether off the mother sucker. Tether off the sucker. Tether off.
Man,
every party band,
the mix and
in
master
America,
on this, masterful.
You still, as a party band, have to have something like this. Absolutely
That's gonna
ridiculous.
come back.
Ridiculous.
That's gonna come back.
All the stuff Bernie's doing. Those strings, those synth strings. Randy Brecker.
Man, you're home playing a wedding band. You gotta know that line. Oh, Bootsy goes up for that harmony. Woo!
The guitar's in the background.
Oh, let's keep this rolling. We can go right into if you want, my apex moment.
All right, let's go into the apex moment.
Yeah. 2:30. Oh, it's oh. Break it down. Oh. No keys. No keys.
Everything's on the one end.
Oh, my God. It's coming up. I think it's coming up.
We're gonna turn this mother out. We're gonna turn this mother out. You got a real time.
Birdie. Boots is gonna hit this bass line. He already hinted at it, but
yeah, all those strings are so hip.
Pentatonic. Here we go. He's starting to hint at it. Oh. Woo. Yeah. Give me back to it again. Hear it again. Oh, love that. All right.
Jeez Louise. Okay, I know. I hate to do this again, but we just have to get to every single one of these.
So great.
I'm going to skip ahead to where we just were.
Oh.
Listen to Bootsy here. That's what I'm saying. This whole album was just based on drum stems. It's unbelievable. But listen to the guitar too. Listen to what the guitar's doing. So you got one guitar just open strumming.
Yeah.
Like a pad.
Wow, I never noticed.
Yeah. Check that out. I'm gonna back it up.
Oh, that's so killer.
It's like a big open chord.
Yeah.
And the other one doing the little like the chicken scratch.
Oh, and go up to the 11th.
And then Bernie Worrell. I remember trying to find these sounds on the Roland XP50 back in 97. Wasn't happening.
Yeah, he's doing so much of that great major pentatonic.
It's unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable. There's a really cool, I know. Here's Bernie's story on joining the band.
George had called my wife and
Bernie Worrell, keys.
I was with Maxine Brown at the time.
Arranger, composer too.
And, in Bermuda. And George called her from the Apollo. Because he had said one day when he could afford me, he called. So I had gone through college and everything then, and the call came and moved from Long Island. That's where I was staying with Maxine Brown. She's a famous R&B vocalist. And moved to Detroit, and the rest is history.
We should mention, too, that Bootsy didn't come out of nowhere either. Bootsy was in a pretty famous band. Ever heard of it?
Fellas, I'm ready to get up and do my thing. I want to get into it, man, you know.
A young Bootsy.
Like
young
a
Bootsy.
machine, man. Moving,
and his brother Catfish.
it, you know.
Yeah,
on guitar.
Count it off. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get up, get on up, get up.
Bootsy was in James Brown's band, famously after James Brown fired his whole band and then hired basically the band that Bootsy and his brother Catfish had started.
Yeah.
A bunch of young, very hip players.
I never really thought about, I should have, but it's like this connection, like you take the Meters, Alan Toussaint, the New Orleans thing, and then you take James Brown, and then like a little bit of like, well, I mean, there's other influences for sure. I don't want to oversimplify, but those two influences on George Clinton, who was already writing and doing Motown stuff and whatever else, but like crystallizing into this is like you really see the lineage and the influences and how unique it is.
Well, and then how influential
Idris Muhammad too.
Idris Muhammad.
No, that's a big influence on this kind of sound.
And then how influential this was,
which is New Orleans as well.
I've heard even people like Dave Grohl of Nirvana talk about how influential these albums were for him.
Yeah,
certainly. Michael Jackson, Prince. Here's actually Prince inducting Funkadelic into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1997. Check this out.
Let me just say something about George, since he's a good friend of mine. One time he sent me a tape and says, you pee on it and then send it back to me. And I'll pee on it and then we'll see what we got. So. This is what George is all about to me and mine.
It's the body again, though. It's the body. It's a dying body.
Theater, and it was frightening. 14 people singing knee deep in unison. That night I went to the studio and recorded Erotic City.
This is Erotic City.
Yeah.
I mean, there it is.
Yeah.
It's right there at the surface.
Yeah.
We got one more track
Prince
on this.
And 90s, early 2000 hip hop.
For sure. Much hip hop influence. I mean, there's been documentaries made about it, actually.
Sampling, interpolation, of course.
Of course, the closer is unbelievable. The whole album, there's not a bad track on this whole album. Everything is a banger. Album. This is maybe a perfect album as far as like accomplishing what they're setting out to do.
Is this the weirdest track?
This is the fartiest track on the album in the funkiest way. This is Night of the Thumpasorus Peoples.
First diminished chord of the record, right there. Here. We can learn that at Open Studio, no problem.
Unbelievable. All that bass shit happening. It's about to get even funkier up in here, though.
Thumpasorus is both a caveman and a space creature. Did you know that?
I'm going to jump ahead a little bit.
That bass line.
This is unreal here.
Funk contrapuntal. I mean, that whole thing, you know.
If this album doesn't make you want to play bass, I don't know what album would. Like there can't be a more satisfying bass album. It just feels unbelievable. These grooves that Bootsy's laying down.
Bootsy recorded so much great stuff, but like this may be, you know, and it's not like his craziest playing, but man, it's so just primal and foundational and so well crafted. I mean, everything on this record. Okay, this is a good one.
My cheeks hurt, my jaw hurts, Peter, my whole face.
You okay, man?
I'm worn out. I'm emotionally drained.
Let's get to some categories before you.
I'm like,
while you still have
I'm blissed out, but I'm holy smokes.
Let's get to some categories.
All right, Desert Island Track. What do you got?
Give Up the Funk.
This is a great call.
Yeah,
it's a great call.
Yeah.
I've got Mothership Connection.
Okay, another good call.
Star Child.
You could have said anything.
Apex Moment. What do you got?
So that was that. We played that bass line.
On Give Up the Funk. Yeah.
But what you got?
I got Gaga Googa, Gaga Googa.
Oh, you
Gaga Googa Ga.
Well, we just
I
heard
love that. That section we just left off is one of my all-time favorite moments on any album. And the Gaga Googa, I think is so beautiful.
It is.
It's so beautiful.
I don't know where I got this note, though. It says the Mothership is both a UFO and a chariot. And the Thumpasorus is both a caveman and a space creature, in case you're keeping score at home.
You know, so the actual Mothership itself is from the 1951 sci-fi film The Day the Earth Stood Still. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah.
I visited it, though. I've not touched it.
The one on the cover is from that film.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, the one that they used on the tour was, I saw it at the Smithsonian, the African American Museum in D.C.
I think that's a replica. It's of their stage one. But
it's called Replica.
Replica.
Yeah. Okay, so that's Apex Moments. What's your bespoke playlist?
On the one. And you put some Prince on there, you put some James Brown on there, and everything's okay.
I mean, this is corny.
Maurice Day on the Time?
Yeah, for sure.
Go ahead.
I got Give Me the Real Funk.
Yeah, that's corny.
Okay.
Quibble Bits.
We miss every shot that we don't take, friend.
Okay, so now our new category here is Quibble Bits / hot takes. Because if you don't have a Quibble Bit, which oftentimes we don't, because we're listening to all-timer albums here.
Yeah.
You can have a hot take. And my hot take is, this is the most important band of the 70s. There's a lot of bands in the 70s.
Oh, I like the way you looked at me as you said that. It was both with with a stern disposition,
there's
confidence, but a little bit of inquisitiveness.
I mean, we're talking bands. There's a lot of bands, right? In the 70s.
You still got to look at can we focus in on it?
Let me cook. All right, you got 70s hard rock bands, right? You got like Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's
an
Stevie
important
Wonder
band.
No, Stevie's an artist, right?
Okay.
But you do have
Headhunters.
Headhunters.
That's
sure,
a good band.
I'll allow it. You got Steely Dan.
That's,
are
they a band, though?
That's a band.
Okay.
That's technically a band.
Sorry, Reddit.
But you also have Earth, Wind, and Fire. That's an important band.
God.
You know?
Yeah. You've got some other... Yeah.
You got a lot of bands, basically. You got The Band.
Keith Jarrett. Oh, the band.
The
Keith
band.
Jarrett, solo piano. That's a band.
That's not a band.
Not a band.
Peter, no, that's not a band. But
Oscar Peterson Trio was still kicking it.
Okay. But I am going to put it out there.
I got one more. I got two more for you. Hold up.
Parliament and Funkadelic as a two-headed monster is the most important band of the 1970s. Fight me.
I'm not going to fight you. I'm going to throw out two other bands.
Okay.
And you're going to be surprised that I'm going to say these. Queen.
Great band. No doubt.
Led Zeppelin.
I already said Led Zeppelin.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm not going to fight you.
More important.
So that's your quibble bit.
That's my hot take.
That's your hot take.
Right? Quibble bit / hot take.
I have a quibble bit.
What you got?
Is this too funky?
Yes.
Or is that a hot take?
That's a hot take.
Snobometer.
I got a 5.
Oh, I got a 5.
Perfect. So how snobby is it on a scale of 1 to 10? Is 1 being not snobby at all and 10 being snobby? I am going to put this one at a 5 because it is obviously you are going to dance, but there is a George Clinton with high heel,
hot boots,
knee-high, sparkly silver boots coming out crotch first of a spaceship. And
how snobby is it? Yeah. Are you saying that makes it snobby or accessible?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's why I went 5. I was like, I can't tell if it's super snobby.
It's
or
a perfect 5, actually.
Yeah.
Is it better than Intervisions?
No.
I agree.
Yep.
Accoutrements, what do you got?
I'm going 9. And I'm very close to a 10 on this one, but
it's very close to a 10.
You know what is a 10 is this font.
The font is unbelievable.
Yeah.
The font of the logo of Parliament is unbelievable. And the font of Mothership Connection.
Yeah. And like the colors.
And then there's a good gravy spaceship in the whole thing. Peter, it's very, very
back,
close to
this is one of those records you look at the front, because the front he's come and then
he's in Newark.
He's in Newark. Yeah, he's chilling in Plainsfield, New Jersey.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Up next, what do you got?
I got Meters, Look a Pie Pie. That particular record was an early one for the Meters, 1969. So it's interesting because it's. Can I play a little bit? This would be janky. I'm gonna play a little.
No, I got you. I got you. Oh, you're gonna play it on there because I'm about to play mine on the system.
Okay,
buddy.
so you can get to it first.
Oh, here's mine.
Yo, this is Mood Control. Saying you might as well pay attention.
Wait, what is that?
Mine is their 1977 Parliament's 1977 album Funkadelic and the Placebo Syndrome, and that's the track Funkadelic. That is Looky Pie Pie, obviously. Great call. They're both good calls. You could also put any of the early Prince would be a great after this. I can barely hear it.
Don't worry.
It's on your iPhone. Okay. All right. Sam is in there.
Your iPhone.
Sam is in there scowling at you right now, just so you know.
Good. He said good.
Peter,
he said thumbs up.
This was a freaking blast, man. Thank you
awesome.
so much.
High five.
Okay. I wanted to be weird with it because we're in a weird. This is a weird. Until next time,
you'll hear it.